All right, let's get this. Dealing with the technicalities of today's world. Yeah. Got these expensive phones, but yet they run out of memory. I mean, they run out of storage. Anyway, as I was saying, concerning the black female soldier at Fort Hood who's in E6, prepare to make the transition. Prepare. Now, granted, I wasn't court-martialed. Yeah, that's some serious business there. But like I said, the first thing that you do, because it's in the news now, so it's going to be hard to retract statements. But the first thing you do is stop even discussing it with people. Second thing that you do is don't tell the military that you dislike the military, and don't tell the military that you want to get out of the military. Don't do it. You got some gung-ho people in the military, and they take that as an offense. So you need everything working on your side. What I would tell them is, considering the circumstances and the things that me and my family have gone through, it is best that I be separated from the United States Army. That's all you tell them. Don't tell them that you don't like the military no more. Don't tell them you're not going to beat the system from playing within the system. You're not. That's one thing that we need to realize. You don't beat the system from within. Another thing is, don't go anywhere pissing off the locals. Yeah. Don't do those. Don't do those things. So prepare to make a transition, because I don't know what's all going on with chain of command and all of that. But even if they drop the court martial, they're still gonna make your life a living hell. They are. Yeah, this is my dog's paw. I had to put her to sleep. She was 16. I had to put her to sleep. She was 16. I had her since before Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. Yeah, I'm more comfortable in the storms. That's why I watch storms all the time. A lot of my internet names are Storm. Got something to do with storm. But like I said, because they can think of all kinds of nice things, unnice things to do to you. Even if they just drop the court martial, you'll be looking up, why in the hell am I in Iraq? Next thing you look up, why in the hell am I in Afghanistan? Yeah, they'll do stuff like that. They got chain of command. Got that. All they got to do is just call PERSCOM, man. Personnel command. And next thing you know, you be in Iraq, Afghanistan. Even if they drop the court martial, you just got to remember who you're fighting for. Yeah, they tried to guilt trip me all damn day long. You don't have a family care plan. You're not soldier ready. I'm thinking to myself, and you ain't gonna get a family care plan. You ain't getting one. But I never told them, that I hated the military or I wanted to get out. Shit, that's what they want to hear. That's what they want to hear. Oh, you want to get out? Because let me tell you, they told staff. I can't remember his name, but he was a staff sergeant at Mental Health. My first sergeant said this. This is what she said. She was my first sergeant. Sergeant, I can't remember his name, such and such. Under no circumstances am I letting that soldier out of the military. So she better prepare to stay in for a long time. And I'm also looking to burn her. And trust me, I wouldn't go tell him that I wanted out the military at that point. But they guilt tripped me so much that I had to remember who I was fighting for. to get out, and that was my son, because I was pushing a hardship discharge. I wasn't being court-martialed, but I had no Article 15s, but I wanted to get out there, because I was in the middle of the fire. I wanted to get out of there, unscathed as much as I could. I wanted to keep my benefits. I didn't want to go out with a less than honorable discharge or some kind of bad conduct discharge. So I had to perfect my game. They made me a slave. I had to perfect my game, though. And I was on my game. Nowadays, it's hard to be on my game because I don't have that military discipline like I used to have. I be popping off on people around here. But I had to be on top of my game because they was looking to burn me. And I wasn't doing anything. But, they were picking on another, he was a black male soldier. And he went down to the Riverwalk in San Antonio and got drunk. And got DWI because, he was desperate to get out. But I tell everybody, I wrote myself out of the military. And I did my 8 years. Everybody that goes into the military is not going to retire. They're not going to retire. So, and people want to start building up stuff quickly. I mean, if they got it out for you, they got it out for you. I have she was a fellow soldier. She retired as a major. She went, we all came in with college degrees, me, her, and several other people. And she came in as enlisted like, I was. But, she became an officer. And she retired as a major. But her daddy, he had 25 years of military service. They chaptered him out of the military on an overweight discharge. And it greatly affected him. He went out there and committed a robbery and was sent to prison. And had served 25 years in the military. He didn't get no retirement. None whatsoever. So I'm telling you, everybody that goes into the military is not going to retire. As soon as I got in there, I was like, I ain't going to retire from this. As soon as I got in there, I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to be retiring. Nah. I'm going to just do my time, and bide my time, and I'll get out. And then they offered me a school. And, of course, I have to re-enlist. And that was it, because they had to, bring us back to school to meet HIPAA standards. And so we had to go back to school. I had to do my advanced medical laboratory course. But I always knew I wasn't going to retire. No. Maybe if I would have went Air Force or Navy, I probably would have retired, but no. Nah. Yeah. I was in a field unit for 4.5 years. I was stationed at Fort Hood, yeah. Owned a house in that area. Copper's Cove. But no. Everybody's not going to retire from the military. And some people like it. They're like, yeah, I would like to retire. But unfortunately, most people don't retire from the military. Most people don't. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. I had something else I wanted to say, but lost my train of thought. But like I say, just prepare for the transition. People need to stop joining in these last days, man. Stop joining. Stop joining things, man. I don't care what they are. Conscious community, Black Hebrew Israelites, woke community, whatever. Even the esoteric community, stop joining stuff, man. Stop joining. This is not the time you want to be joining. God is separating the wheat from the chaff, man. And y'all looking around just to join something. Yeah, everybody wants to join. Everybody wants to be joined in something, or they want to belong, a feeling of belonging. But this is not the time to be joining stuff. It's not. It's not. I was at Fort Hood before I even went to advanced medical laboratory course, and I heard the Lord say, Yes. I know, yeah, he's gonna say it was the Inky or in Leo. Which God was that? I can tell you where I was. I was over there at Darnell Hospital. I was in the phlebotomy area. And I heard a voice say, prepare to get out of the military, because there's going to be a time coming where people going to seek to get out of the military and they won't be able to. Okay? That's what he told me. In 2001, I was screaming to get out of there. I was calling for everybody's head. If you don't let me out, you know, all of us going out one way or the other. Now, y'all might want to retire. When I'm trying to get out, and I'll take all of y'all out with me, we all gonna be civilians or former military. But you have to remember, don't go around telling the military, you know, that you disliking the military, or, you know, you want to get out. Don't go around telling them that. Because you got to remember, the military got needles. They got needles. Yeah, they got needles. Yeah. I was working with, he was a E6, and he had some issues with the military. And he was very vocal about it. And that's what he told me. That's what he told us. But, you know, I guess he thought things had calmed down. But they put him on levy for Korea. And they started giving him those anthrax shots. And he developed Hodgkin's lymphoma. And they would stop the anthrax shots and they would give him chemotherapy. He would go into remission. And once he went into remission, they put him back on levy and would give him the anthrax shots. And he would come out of remission. And they had to give him chemotherapy again. The third time, they gave him the radical chemotherapy that makes you sterile. And at that point, he was facing his worst nightmare. Yeah. And I went to office to discuss, you know, my situation with them. And I heard them telling him, no, you know, just, you know, stick out and, you know, stick around and hang around a little longer, so when they medically discharge you, you know, you'll get more, you know, for your retirement. He was facing his worst nightmare after the third chemotherapy, because his worst nightmare was his father died when he was young and left his mama and his brother. And that's one of the reasons why he hates chickens, is because the person that was babysitting him and his brother owned a chicken farm, and they had to carry buckets of guts, you know, and chicken heads and all that stuff, and go empty that and dump that out. And that's the reason that he wouldn't eat chicken. So I have no idea what happened after that. You know, I got out the military and I have no idea. But I know he came out of remission 3 times, even after the radical chemo. And I'm pretty sure those needles had something to do with it. I'm pretty sure of that. So my best advice to you is start making the transition. Even if they drop the court-martial, you need to start transitioning out. I would be fighting for a hardship discharge. Yeah, because they have ways of fucking with you. Yeah, big time. They have ways of fucking with you in the military. And that's what I did. I was able to get out there with an honorable discharge and keep all my benefits and everything. Yeah. And I know it's rough facing a court-martial. So that's my advice, because it's in the news. I'm reading it on my iPhone. Oh, I'm not my Samsung. I do have iPhones, but don't even say something like that, and don't really even talk about it. Unless it has to come up in court. Wait 10 years and talk about it. That's what you do. You wait 10 years and then you talk about it. Don't talk about it to people before that, because people pretend to understand. They'll pretend, but at the same time, people are drawing conclusions, or they're forming their own opinion. I went through all of that. I went through some stuff that it wasn't talked about, so it kind of like just slipped through the cracks. It slipped through the cracks. I'll put it like that. Because I had some situations too. But a lot of stuff slipped through the cracks. And like they say, if they ain't heard about it, then don't inform them about it. Pretty much all I want to say. I've been, that's my thoughts. Yeah, this is Sadie. I had her for 16 years. I had to put her to sleep. I bet there's some genetic material on here. Hey, let's get the clone clowns. Yeah, you people that's cloning in these underground facilities. You think you can clone my dog? You clone clowns? Yeah, there's some clone clowns. They came to the CERN clowns too. The CERN clowns. Yeah, we got some CERN clowns and we got some clone clowns. Yeah, they're doing all that stuff. But like I said, in these days and times, stop looking to join. I read a psychology fact today that said, people who are not conscientious have bad organizational skills, and they tend to fall for temptations. Now, see, I won't say anything bad about the military, because there was some good times, there was some bad times, and I didn't put closure on that. Except I want them to, increase my VA disability. And I got to write the IG. I got to contact the IG and see if they still have my statement. But see, that was 2001. This is 2021. And so maybe they'll have it. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But yeah. That's my advice. Don't say that you dislike the military, and don't say that you want to get out. Yeah. In fact, I would recall some stories. Pretty sure you've heard some last roll calls and taps. I'd be like, I love the Army so much. When they play the final roll call, when they when they do the final roll call and they play taps. Because that shit will make you cry, though. That shit will make you cry, man. That shit will make you cry. So it ain't like you're lying or faking, because it's gonna make you cry. So I would say some shit like that. That's what I would do. I wouldn't even tell them. Don't even tell me you want to get out. But be making that move silently, man. Make that move silently. This is another one from Psychology Facts. If you announce your goal to someone, you are less likely to achieve it. So keep your goal a secret, even in an interview. They put a smile by it. So yeah, keep your goals secret. We are talking too much to these people. And there's nothing that they can't infiltrate. Nothing. They ran psyops on me in the military. They ran a psyop within a psyop. They sure did. They ran a psyop within a psyop. Because I had them balls to the wall. And they knew I was getting out. So they ran another psyop on me. Having a guy come up to Fort Sam Houston twice looking for me. Some guy on AOL. claimed to be upset because my son was black and Mexican. My son is black and Mexican. So yeah, you know, they'll run psyops on you in the military. Oh yeah, they'll do all that stuff on you in the military. They'll workplace mob you. They sure will. Now it's fascinating that did my on the job training at Fort Bragg, and I don't remember them running a psyop on me. At least I didn't know that they were. If they were, I didn't know about it. I mean, I couldn't detect it. You know, and Fort Bragg is a home of the psychological operations. But I love Fort Bragg, and she was stationed at the two places that I was stationed at, Fort Bragg and Fort Hood. Could have been worse. I mean, I guess it could have been worse. Try Fort Sam Houston. That place is very political. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Like I said, don't go around announcing that, man, because they're putting that in the news. They're putting that in the news. And even if they drop the court-martial and you decide, okay, yeah, the smoke is cleared, you know, I think I'll, do my time. They got a lot of more time, and I know she did like 18 years. They still got a lot of time to mess with you. Before you retire, And they do that stuff. They QMP'd my ex-husband. He has over 15 years in the military. He was going to retire, but they QMP'd him in Korea and then sent him back home. And he wasn't even there about maybe 4 months. So you know what I was thinking? I was thinking the same thing that she most likely have been thinking. How are we going to make it? How are we going to survive? We have a house. We have a mortgage. That's what I was thinking. So, like I said, that's some good advice. Even though people probably yes, that's good advice. You don't tell the military that you dislike the military, and you don't even tell the military that you want to get out. That's when they'll try to keep you in and put you through hell. I still had 18 months to go, and they had made me a slave. They had made me a slave already. I was like, how am I going to survive 18 months? I need to get a plan together. Once I went on leave and started writing my statements, I just started burning them and threatening to burn them. And I wasn't going to back off. Because all of us could have been out on city streets. You want to retire. I'm just trying to get out. With an honorable discharge. But we can all be out on these streets. So like I said, that's my thoughts. I gotta contact the IG.